Shaitanirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I have switched on to the topic crop production and management, which is from 8th class science. In the previous lecture, we studied about irrigation. Today, we will be dealing with the protection from weeds. Dear students, as you know, in a field, many other undesirable plants may grow naturally along with the crop. These undesirable plants are called weeds. Now, what are weeds? Weeds are the undesirable plants that grow naturally along with the crop. Now, the removal of weeds is called weeding. The removal of weeds is called weeding. Weeding is necessary since weeds compete with the crop plants for water, nutrients, space, and light. Thus, they affect the growth of the crop. Some weeds interfere even in harvesting and may be poisonous for animals and human beings. My dear students, farmers adopt many ways to remove weeds and control their growth. Tilling before sowing our crops help us in uprooting and killing of weeds, which may then dry up and get mixed with the soil. The best time for the removal of weeds is before they produce flowers and seeds. The manual removal includes physical removal of weeds by uprooting or cutting them close to the ground. From time to time, this is done with the help of khurpi, a seed drill. Weeds are also controlled by using certain chemicals called weedicides, like 2,4-D. These are sprayed in the fields to kill the weeds. They do not damage the crops. The weedicides are diluted with water to extent required and sprayed in the fields with a sprayer. Now, there is a question as to do weedicides have any effect on the person handling the weedicide spray? As already mentioned, the weedicides are sprayed during the vegetative growth of weeds before flowering and seed formation. Spraying of weedicides may affect the health of farmers, so they should use these chemicals very carefully. They should cover their nose and mouth with a piece of cloth during spraying of these chemicals. Now, there is the last procedure for what we should go, that is harvesting. Harvesting of a crop is an important task. The cutting of crop after it is mature is called harvesting. In harvesting, crops are pulled out or cut close to the ground. It usually takes 3 to 4 months for a cereal crop to mature. Harvesting in our country is either done manually by a sickle or by a machine called a harvester. In the harvested crop, the seeds need to be separated from the chaff. This process is called threshing. This is carried out with the help of a machine called combine, which is in fact combined harvester and thresher. My dear students, after threshing, harvesting, sometimes stubs are left in the field, which are burned by farmers. Now, farmers with small holdings of land do the separation of grain and chaff by winnowing. You have already studied in class 6th. Now, storage of produce, storage of produce, storage. Now, storage. Storage of produce is important task. If the crop grains are to be kept for longer time, they should be safer they should be safe from moisture, insects, rats and microorganisms. The fresh crop has more moisture. If fresh harvested grains seeds are stored without drying, they may get spoiled or attacked by organisms, losing their germination capacity. Hence, before storing them, the grains are properly dried in the sun to reduce the moisture in them. This prevents the attack by insect pests, bacteria, and fungi. Farmers store grains in jute bags or metallic bins. However, large scale storage of grains is done in silos and granaries to protect them from pests like rats and insects. Dried neem leaves are used for storing food grains at home. For storing large quantities of grains in the big godowns, specific chemical treatments are required to protect them from pests and microorganisms. Dear students, this is enough for today. Inshallah, I'll be once again delivering from here onwards. Till then, goodbye. Allah Hafiz.